Welcome back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I have a message from my Father that He want me to speak on. He want me to speak on, what is it? He want me to speak on the Ten Commandments. Not, I only can speak on, I don't have that much time to explain all the Ten Commandments to y'all. So just a couple of them I can explain to y'all, but not all of them because I don't have that much on here that I can, explain to y'all about the Ten Commandments. So he want me to explain to y'all about how he take his Ten Commandments seriously. He do not play when it comes to his Ten Commandments, because it's a lot of commandments that my Father have. He have a whole lot of commandments, and y'all need to read up on them commandments because he have a whole lot. It's just not the Ten Commandments, but the Ten Commandments is his more important thing to him. Is his Ten Commandments, and that's one thing he do not take for granted. He don't take his Ten Commandments for granted. So first, I'm going to explain something to y'all what happened to me back a long time ago. And he want me to explain to y'all, thank you, Father, an eye for an eye. Thank you, Father, thank you. Eye for an eye. He want me to explain that to y'all too. So, one day, when I was living with my ex-husband and my children, now, we had, because I love animals. I do. I love animals a lot. I do. So I had a lot of animals when we was living over there. We had a lot of animals, but I had mostly cats than I did dogs. So I had about 4 dogs, and I had about 5 or 6 cats. So I used to have a dog and a cat together, and they used to get along together and play together and everything. I even have a picture of my dog and the cat taking pictures together. They stood right next to each other and they took a picture together, my dog and my cat. They played in the house, run around and stuff outside. They got along real good. My dog and my cat, they got along real good. So one day, I had this German Shepherd dog. And my husband's son came over to the house to see us. So when he came over to the house, the dog was in the backyard. He went out there in the backyard and fed the dog some chocolate. So let me explain that to y'all. Dogs cannot eat chocolate. So he gave the dog some chocolate. And he wasn't young, he wasn't young. He was in his 20s. Yeah, in his 20s when he gave the dog, what's his name? And the only reason why he did that, because like I said, when it comes to having outside children, they figured that they not loved enough. But we love them all the same, and that's something they don't see, because if you got outside parents, you're going to have the other parents in the children's ears talking about the other parents, and then that makes the children turn against the other parent that the parent is with. That makes that child rebel against the other parents that the father or the mother is with, because that parent is talking in the child's ears and making that child rebel. So that makes that child think that the parent that with somebody else, that child think that parent don't like them, but they do. They love them all the same. And they don't understand that. That's because they have other parents up in their ears talking that crap to them about the other parent. That's what they do. So, anyway, that's what happened. He figured that he probably didn't think we loved him the same that we loved our children. And that's the way my son thought too. He figured that I didn't love him more than I love my children that I had by my husband. That's what they thought. See, this is what these outside kids think, because that's what the parents, the outside parents, be putting in their heads and making them think that. So they rebel against the parents, and they rebel against the children that's, with the other parents. They rebel against these children. That's what they do. So anyway, I guess he was calling himself trying to pay me and my ex-husband back by us being together and having children. I guess that's what he was trying to do. I'm not for sure, but that was weird that he fed the dog some chocolate. So I come outside, to spend some time with my dog, and I see my dog, sick, trying to throw up the chocolate, but he couldn't. So I was panicking, to try to, get him to the hospital, because me and my children and my husband got in the car getting ready to take him to the hospital. We called every vet around Chicago to get him to the hospital. But as we tried to call every vet, it was not one vet open. Not one vet open to take him in. So I prayed to God to say, to let this dog live until the next morning so we can take him to the hospital. So I was worried. I couldn't sleep. I stayed up all night worrying about the dog. And I couldn't sleep. So when I went back downstairs to look at him, he was gone. He was dead. So I had, we buried him in the backyard and all that. We buried him. And we knew that his son had did it, because my children loved their animals. They would not hurt their animals. My children was young, because my oldest son, my son's husband, he was older than my children's, and my children was still kind of young. So they wouldn't know how to get to no store to get no chocolate, bring no candy or nothing in the house. They didn't know nothing about that. They was young. So anyway, I said to my husband, yeah, your son is going to get punished for what he did. That's what I said to him. And I didn't say nothing else about it. I just left it like that. I said, God don't like ugly. God do not like ugly. So what he did was wrong. I said, your son are going to get punished for what he have done. And I guess his son thought he was not going to get punished, because people out here in the world, they do so much dirt and they think they don't get punished for it. They think that they don't have, that God don't put judgment on everybody. But everybody have a judgment call on them. When they do wrong, you have a judgment call. You have a judgment call. You just don't know when that call is coming. But you have a judgment call on your back, because you put a target on your back when you hurt children, when you hurt animals. You put a target on your back. When you hurt anybody, you put a target on your back. And you don't think of that. You putting a target with God when you do things to people. That's an eye for an eye. So when you kill somebody, that's an eye for an eye. When you kill animals, that's an eye for an eye. See, when you do anything that don't supposed to be in God's eyes, that's an eye for an eye. Killing a person is definitely an eye for an eye. Killing an animal is definitely an eye for an eye. Because you're taking a life. And animals, even though they not human like us, but they human, you know what I mean? They human. They feel like we feel, which y'all don't understand that. But animals have feelings just like they do, like we do. Animals know how to talk just like we do. You just got to listen, and you can understand what they're saying. Animals speak to you by their eyes, the way they look at you. They talk to you. They voice, the way they bark at you, certain things that they say, the way they run around the house and trying to let you know that something is going on. Animals know how to talk. You got to know how to listen to them, and you can understand. Animals can save your life and your family's life. They know when something is about to happen before you know something is about to happen. Animals know it. They get the feel before we do. They know when something is finna go wrong. Animals have saved many children's and grown-ups' lives many times. They have done it. Animals have saved many people's lives. They have done it. So when I said that to my husband, that his son was going to he was going to get punished back for what he have done. When I told him that, one day, my son had my husband's son came over to the house one day, and that was around his daughter's birthday. So he had about to give his daughter a birthday party. So he wanted us, to give him the money so he can give her a birthday party. So I was in a room that day because I didn't feel like coming out the room at that time. I just didn't feel like being bothered. So he knocked on he rang the doorbell, and my husband got up and he went to the door, and they went in the kitchen and they started talking. So after they got through talking, he stopped by the room and he said back to me, and then he left. And I didn't think that was going to be the last time that I see him on earth again. I didn't think that was the last time I was going to see him. So the same day he got killed. The same day he left our house, the same day he got killed. So that was the last time I got a chance to hear his voice, because I didn't get a chance to see his face, but that was the last time I heard his voice. So after that, the father just put that in. He just talked to me when I was in the bathroom. He came to me and talked to me about why my son left the earth. My son's husband, my husband's son. He came to me in the bathroom when I was in there and just told me why he was taken off the earth. And that's because he killed that animal, my dog. He killed the dog. It wasn't that because we thought he got killed. He got shot in the head. He did. My son, my husband's son got shot in the head. But he didn't. That was not the reason why the father took him. The father took him because he killed that animal. See, he took a life, and the father took his life. That's what happened. He took an animal life, and then the father took his life for taking an animal life. It don't matter which way a person died. If the father say you take a life, he's going to have somebody to take your life. So he got killed from these people that killed him because he took an animal life. So that's how the father works. He works eye for eye. If you take a life from somebody, he's going to take a life from you. That's how he does. If he don't take your life, he's going to take somebody's life that's close to you. That's how the father works. He's going to get his revenge on what you do. So that's why I say, the father say, an eye for an eye. That means if you take an animal life, if you take a child life or a human life, whoever life that you take, the father is going to get back for what you have done. Because that's a life that you took. That's a life. So whoever life you take, the father going to take that life. Even if it have to be one of your children's or a daughter or anybody that you love, the father is going to get his revenge and take that life. That's why I say, that's why he want me to explain to y'all, an eye for an eye. When you take somebody's life, the father takes somebody's life close to you, or he takes your life. That's how he works. That's how he works. So many people have killed animals for no reason, just want to kill them. I have seen so many animals laying out there in the streets just dead for no reason. People running them over in the car and all that, thinking that the animals don't have the right to walk across the street, run across the street. They just hit the animals and go all about their business and thinking that they're not going to get punished for it. Oh, yes, you do. So if you think that if you hit a dog or a cat or whatever, you hit them and you're not going to get punished for it. Yes, you are. Even if the father don't take your life, he's going to take somebody close to you in your family's life. And then you wondering why that person died. Because you took a life. Because you took a life. That's what y'all got to understand. These animals is God's children as well as we are God's children. And if y'all take a life, God gonna take y'all life or somebody close to y'all's life. So y'all got to understand these animals have the right to run around out here in this world without y'all touching these animals. Y'all don't have the right to remove these animals because they are God's animals. And when y'all remove God's animals, God remove y'all. That's what he does. Or somebody close to y'all and y'all families. Because like I say, an eye for an eye. You kill an animal, you kill a human, you kill anybody, God is going to take your life. Or somebody close to you. That's what he does. That's what he does. So, he want to talk. He want me to explain to y'all a little bit about the Ten Commandments because I only can explain a little bit to y'all about the Ten Commandments. So, what he want me to say about the Ten Commandments, that thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not cover acts. You know what I mean by that, acts. Thou shalt not live adultery. You can't live by adultery. God don't like that. That's part of God's Ten Commandments. All of that y'all do is part of God's Ten Commandments. When you steal, you kill, and you live by what I just said. Thou shalt not cover acts. Thou shalt not live by adultery. All of that is God's Ten Commandments. And most of y'all out here have crossed God's Ten Commandments. And he don't appreciate that. That's why a lot of people have been dying off the earth because a lot of y'all have crossed God's Ten Commandments. Stealing, killing, robbing, all of that. You know, it's part of God's Ten Commandments. All the ones I just called out, it's part of God's Ten Commandments. And y'all been crossing his Ten Commandments. And he don't appreciate that. That's why he says, go down there, Moses, because my people are corrupting themselves. Because they are corrupting themselves. And that's what y'all was doing down here on this earth. Corrupting yourselves. So he told me, my child, go to my people and tell my people that they are corrupting themselves. And I come and tell y'all that the Father say that y'all have been corrupting yourselves because y'all have crossed his Ten Commandments. So he wanted me to let y'all know about the Ten Commandments and an eye for an eye. So he wanted me to explain to y'all. And that's what I did. An eye for an eye means that if you take a life, if you kill, steal, I ain't going to say steal. If you take a life, an animal, a cat, a dog, a human, whatever, that's an eye for an eye. That's an eye for an eye. And that's what y'all got to understand. When people be talking about, I'm going to kill that person, that's an eye for an eye. I'm finna kill this dog, that's an eye for an eye. I'm going to kill this cat, that's an eye for an eye. I'm going to kill this bird, that's an eye for an eye. Everything that y'all touch, that y'all kill, is an eye for an eye. That's what he want me to explain to y'all. Wherever y'all kill, it's an eye for an eye. So, this is what he wanted me to talk to y'all about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you, Father love you, the Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.